everybody. My name is Fátima. I'm talking to you from Ontario, Canada. If you are coming for the first time, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you very much. I'm so glad you're here. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank those that have subscribed to my channel. It is a source of happiness for me and my husband because he comes and says, oh, you have another subscriber. So thank you very much. We are trying to do this video, my stash, once a month at least, but it will all depend on how I progress with my projects. So if you want to know when a new one comes, just please hit the subscribe, of course, if you have not subscribed yet, and also the notification button. Thank you. So here in Canada, where I live specifically, is an area that snows a lot. I don't know if you can see in the background. We wanted to show the background, so we had a lot of issues with the lights to see if you could see what I'm working on, but also the background that is so beautiful. We had a big storm in January that, because there was no wind, the trees stayed with the snow there for a whole week, and it was just amazing. I was in awe. And we have had a few storms last week, not as beautiful as the one in January. We're going to have cold. This weekend we're going to go to minus 25. I don't know with the windshield how much more, but we reached minus 30 one night here in the minus 30s. We are now in lockdown in Ontario, so we are supposed to go out just to work. If you don't work from home, I work from home. Get groceries, doctors, and maybe exercise. But at minus 12, I'd rather stay indoors and knit and, just be happy. So for this episode, what I have finished is what I'm wearing now. So this sweater, this was supposed to be an infinity scarf, and I really love the stitch. The fiber is mohair, a little bit of alpaca, and wool. And I got it from Wellington Fibres. Wellington Fibres is a mill in Canada, and normally when you buy the fiber to spin, they come in boxes. And the best thing is when you go to shows and you can just put your hand on the boxes and feel, and the colors. And they do a woven that is very soft. It's delicious. So I got this, and I didn't like the final result, and I had three choices. The first choice was to unravel everything and do something else, but I do like the project. The other thing would be to have the project and not wear it because I didn't like how it turned out. And the third was to transform into a scarf, and that's what I did. So the only thing is that because it was not supposed to have a stick, when I did the stick, it became a little bit messy and everything. So what I did is, I'm going to put a link down here. I had watched the episode 107 of Fruit Knitting, and Andrea was showing a tutorial on how she did this part on another garment that she had. And I think it turned out really nice and very, very, very hot. So it's very hot indoors, so I'm going to take it out. So this was my first finished project. And the thing is, it was there waiting for me to do this stick, to be brave enough to do this stick since last year. So I'm pretty happy this is over. My second project is this cowl. I was going to do an infinity scarf, and then I decided to change my mind and do a cowl. And because I had started with a provisional cast on, I used Kitchener stitch to join it, and I have to look very hard to find where I have to start. Where is the part? But it's pretty nice. And what I like is how it stays on your neck. So it covers it, but it creates this little thing here that I really like. And if you are outdoors and you're feeling cold, all you have to do is just to flip it around, and there it is, right? So I really like it. What I did is, because I had more yarn, I decided to make a hat. I started it, but I haven't finished. And I will try to put the same cables here. I just wanted a big band to fold, so I still have to work a little bit more on it. So that's my second finished project and my first work in progress. What I considered my next finished project is that I have spun, this is merino, and I have a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. I spun around a little bit more than 1 kilo of fiber, so 2.3 pounds of fiber. And I spun this, and this took me around 2 weeks to spin and ply. It took me a long time. And the reason I plied that, I spun that, is because I want to join with this collar, so I need 3 more collars. I had done a 4-ply in green, but I don't know if this will be enough. But I need 6 collars in total. And what I want to do with this is this sweater, this cardigan. It's Interweave Knits Fall 2017. And it's Homestead's cardigan. And I really like it. I don't know, I think maybe it's too much color all over, but I'll keep it like that. It's just that the main tones will be my purple and my violet. So I'm hoping it's gonna turn out nice. I have to do some work with the color wheel to see what will go well with those colors. But I really like this sweater, and something that I wanted to do for a while. So that's pretty good. My next work in progress is my sweater from, sorry for that, here, from Paula. Paula is a Brazilian designer that I mentioned last time, and this is the sweater. And I had to buy the book to get the pattern for the sweater. But this book is pretty nice. It has a bunch of yoke sweaters. And I like the idea of yoke sweaters because once you do the yoke, that is the hard part, then everything else is easy. So I really like. And so I like the sweaters. Because I don't have shirts that are short, I intend to make the long sleeves, right? And I still am not sure if I'm going to make the pockets or not. They have pockets here. And I might do the pockets, I want it longer to start with. So longer sleeves and longer sweater. And I'm not sure about the pockets, but I think I'm going to do the pockets just so that I learn how to do them. And I'm pretty happy. So the sweater, I did some samples on the sweater, and with the samples that I made, I would get the gauge, but then it was too loose. I didn't like it. So I decided to use a smaller needle, or needle number 5, instead of getting the gauge. And what it made is that in my gauge that I was getting, it was not giving me the number of rows that I needed. So I added 5 or 6 rows here in the design, and then it fits nicely. So now I just have to go down. I really, really like it. I think it's nice, very nice. I was watching some YouTube, some knitters talking about what they do if they finish the point, the lines, the threads in the back as they're doing, or if they do afterwards. And one of them said that she does them afterwards because there's always a little opening here, and when she's pulling them, she's able to close. So I'm going to do mine afterwards just because I think it's going to be nicer. This is a 60% synthetic, and because it's 50% synthetic, 10% nylon, and 40% wool. So it's not my favorite kind of yarn. I like wool yarn, but it's very soft as all the synthetics, and it's nice. It's nice. I didn't have that much problem. Normally when you have a synthetic, it tends to open the line, you know, the yarn and the plies tend to. It didn't happen that much here. Sorry, my dog dropped something. But I really like the sweater, and I'm looking forward to have it done. I think one of the advantages of this not being 100% wool is that it's not going to be so warm, and I'll be able to wear them at home. But I really, really like them. Thank you, Paula, for the nice design. Then my last work in progress is my Carton Socks. So I bought a video that talks about, it's called Vertically Stranded Collar Work from Lori Lee Beltman. And what she teaches is how you can do vertical collar work, right? And the thing here is it goes very, very easy. And I wanted to do a tartan socks. I wanted to do tartan. And when I checked on the internet, tartan, what they do is, instead of knitting everything, where they want the other collar, they purl, and then with a crochet needle, they go there and they make chains, and that's how they get the tartan. I didn't like that, so I prefer to do it like this. I have two examples of what I have done. Oh, I have one more work in progress. So this is a sweater I did for my husband, and I used the same process here on the sleeves. And I like the effect. First of all, I like this sweater, and it was my first Fair Isle. And second, I really like how the sweater looks. And if you look on the back, it looks nice. It looks really nice. And it's a fast knit. And the other thing that I like about it is that once you're done, right? So the other thing that I did with this was this pair of socks. In this pair of socks, I had two, like in the sweater, because I didn't want to put the lines through. But I thought that when you have two together, in this case, it made it, it came out too much, I thought. I don't know. But the advantage of this is because I had dyed the yarn to self-stripe, it was easy to do it, and once I was finished, I was finished. So that was pretty good. In this case, I wanted to first dye over gray, and then I wanted to work with them and make a tartan out of it. But me organizing the stripes in a way that I had more control. So what happens is that I have a lot of thing. But I'm doing a tutorial on how to work with this. It's not as complete as the video. I'll put a link to her video here if you are interested. But I will put a project. I'm making this as a project. So if you are interested in learning more, you can check it out. Okay, so this is one. And last but not least, I think something happens for a reason in our lives. It's so interesting. Last week I decided to organize my wool stash. And whenever I organize my wool stash, I feel very happy. I love it. I just love it. I was separating the fiber. I was checking what I have in this house. Well, in one part of my stash. And so interesting. A few years ago, my friend Michelle, she used to have alpaca, and she had some yarns, and she gave me a bunch of yarn. And the yarns are 100% alpaca, 2-ply, right? So alpaca doesn't have memories. And because they don't have memory, they have a nice drape quality. These yarns are perfect for shawls. 2-plies, if you're going to use a lace shawl, even better because the stitches will open more, because that's the tendency with the 2-ply. So she had given me a bunch of yarn. This is just a little sample of what she gave me. With the yarn she gave me, I knitted this cardigan. This cardigan has one thread of alpaca and one 3-ply thicker yarn of wool, and it gets this, I think hazel is what you call, effect on it. So the color is not solid, it's just nice. I really like this sweater. It's very warm, and I don't have to worry about the elasticity because the fiber, the content of wool is much more than the content of alpaca. It just makes it warmer, and I really like it. And because I knitted in the round, I just put a cable here just so that it makes the definition of the part that would normally have a seam. And I like it. You almost cannot see because of the collar, but I know it's there. So it's pretty nice. And I put a braid, the cable here, and also here too. So it was just a detail, a surprise detail, and I really like it. But the thing is, I discovered a podcaster, a knitting podcaster. She lives in Japan. I think I mentioned her, but she's Brazilian. And she was talking, she had an interview with Chris Sheep is her, not her name, but it's what she's called. And the thing is, she has been fighting cancer for 5 years, and now she has to use a medicine that she has to buy out of the country, and it's very expensive. And so she made this shawl, and she's selling the shawl to raise funds for her medicines. And that's what I mean, that things happen for one reason. I was working on this, and I said to myself, I need to find a shawl to use this fiber that my friend gave me. So I start the shawl. It's very easy to make. I don't think you can see very well because it's a dark alpaca, but once it's finished and blocked, it's going to be easier to see. The pattern is easy to make, and yesterday I started it and I just stopped because I needed to finish my plying, but it's really good. So I think this is one of the wonders of having and watching podcasts is the knitting community helping the knitting community. And in return, you get a beautiful shawl for yourself. So I'm pretty happy with this. I know they are in the process of translating the pattern into English. And I have to admit that because I've been in Canada for 20 years now, when I am trying to read the pattern written in Brazil, in Portuguese, it's a little bit harder for me. So I was having a little bit of problem, but it was me not understanding. And then it turned out okay. It turned out really good. Oh, so last but not least is acquisitions. I normally don't buy yarn. And I wanted to say thank you for Knit 3 Together. It's our wool store here in Huntsville, Ontario. Because in December, I decided to go to the store and buy myself yarn. And I bought a bunch because I didn't know what to do. And then this year I got the book, and I knew that I had bought too many. So I called her and I asked if I could return some of the yarns that I got, because I really got too much. And she said okay. And even though they were closed now for getting in, she helped me exchange what I had, and I ended up buying more, of course, yarn. So I don't know if that's the regular in every yarn store that you go, that they get back what you don't need. But I would really like to thank Knit 3 Together in Huntsville for helping me with that. So normally I don't buy yarn because I spin my own yarn, right? But I went there to the Knit 3 Together, and I got this beautiful green that I still don't know what I'm going to wear from. This is hand-painted sock yarn, and it's from Peru, colorstoryyarns.com. It's from Peru, and it's 75 superwash wool, 25 nylon polyamide. So this is perfect for socks. I might make a pair of socks of it because it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And I end up getting 3 more yarns. I normally don't like superwash. I don't think it's the best for the environment, and also it's very slippery. But I have a pattern from Paula that I would like to do is a little shawl, and this is another fiber, and I want to use the 3 together to make the shawl that she had there. So I really liked it. The yarn, the colors are beautiful. So pretty soon we're gonna have a shawl with this one. And last week I talked that when my sisters were in Brazil, I had discovered some wool mills there. But I discovered afterwards that the wool that they bought for me, that is in the US now with my sister, is from Mantiqueira, and they have their own yarn. It's a very interesting thing because what they do is they had sheep around that they would throw the wool away. So they get the wool for free, and they wash, clean, card, and spin. And this way they're helping the community to make some money, to make a living out of this wool. So I have a bunch that I bought that is with my sister, but I wanted to try Fios da Fazenda. And so I discovered that they ship, they send it to it abroad. So I bought it through the internet, and I got it pretty fast here. And this yarn is 100% wool. They also have superwash, but I'm using this. This is 100% merino wool, and it's not superwash. It's very woolly. It's nice. It's fingering weight. It's what I like to use. And what I like also about this is that it's dyed with cochineal. So it's pretty nice. It's 390 meters. I got 5 skeins that should give me a sweater, I believe. But I don't know if I'm going to do it together with something else or not. Now I wish I had bought other colors because I saw a beautiful sweater on Facebook. But anyway, so I have 5 of this. I think I am able to do a simple sweater with this. And I'm pretty happy. So this January, I bought more yarn than I have bought in the past, I don't know, 5 years. The other thing is that when I was cleaning my stash, I found leftover of yarns that I'm thinking maybe I'll start a little blanket so that I can use them all. And also some sock yarn that I didn't remember I had, that I have. So more socks coming. That's great. That was all for today. Pretty soon we're going to put, as soon as I finish the socks, I'm going to put the video up on how to make them. If you're interested, just use the notification and you're going to see it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me, and see you soon. Bye.